Hello and welcome back to the Pride Pod here on Loud and Proud Orlando, getting ready for another season opener. We just had the Challenge Cup last weekend, and now we're getting ready for our season opener for 2025 against Chicago. Ready to be in full swing once again. A little taste, Luis, last weekend, a little taste of Pride, but now the real meat. The real main course is coming up. We're getting into the entree, which is the full season. Excited to have you all here with us. Thank you. Drop your comments, drop a like on the video, share it so other people can see. And I'm ready for this 2025 season. Luis, how are you? Are you excited as I am?
Yeah, for sure. Super excited for what's to come for the Orlando Pride, especially the words by Barbara Banda on Media Day saying that, Orlando Pride needs another star on their crest. So the vibes are very high. Clearly, Orlando Pride opened their campaign with a 1-1 draw against the Spirit. Unfortunately, penalties are Russian roulette sometimes. It doesn't really matter. You could be the best team in the world and lose in penalty kicks. It is the way it is sometimes. Not the best team always has to win on penalty kicks. I think if the game would have gone to extra time and then penalty kicks, probably would have not gone through penalty kicks because the Orlando Pride dominated the game. I felt like they were the best team on the pitch. Raffaeli with a massive goal that meant a lot for her in the 41st minute, and then a golazo by Lacey Santos, which they scored off a set piece. That's the only thing the Washington Spirit, which none of you know, John. Spirit is a movie too. It's a horse.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of things.
There you go. I heard that they call them the Washington penalties.
The Washington highlighters. I like that you
Man,
that was good. Before we get into that, I just want to kind of, if you would, Luis, bring up our agenda for the day. I didn't change the title of this slide. That's on me. But ignore predictions. It's the beginning of the season. I did this in a real hurry between pods.
it's okay.
Challenge Cup draw and loss on PKs. We'll start talking about that. Nwsl for the win on Amazon Prime. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that because it's blown up in the community. I know everybody's watching it. Raising the 2024 banners. We got to talk about that, which will be happening on Friday for the Chicago Stars opener, and then lineup and prediction as we preview the week ahead. Luis, let's start off with that Challenge Cup. As you were saying, I think it's important, and I put this in the rundown for that reason, and Seb said it as well, is that we technically drew with the Washington Spirit over 90 minutes, and then we lost on PKs. I saw later there's that stat from Opta saying that I believe it was three penalty shootouts in a row that they've won. Washington, they're kind of like a penalty shootout specialist. Aubrey is a big part of that. I believe she's very good goalkeeper and makes some great penalty saves. We didn't take great penalties either. That didn't help. But a distinction is that we technically drew and then we lost. I know people might say that's petty, but really, I think a draw is more reflective of the game that we saw. I think if Kylie Nadaner had just held her run a little bit on that second goal, Luis, and not been offside, it would have been 2-1, and we'd have talking about a very different situation today here, with a win and another trophy. So very tight margins. Penalties is the definition of very tight margins, and it's kind of just, I don't want to say it's all down to luck, but there's a certain amount of luck that goes with it. So not super upset to lose on penalties. I think there were some very good positive parts of this performance. Definitely some things we could work on as well, but not a bad start. And I really felt like I was watching, Liverpool versus Man City in the Super Cup, right? I really felt like I was watching the two best teams in NWSL right now go at it, and a fairly even game that could have gone either way. And we just kind of ended up on the losing end and weren't lifting that trophy, but it could have gone the other way with one or two decisions easily.
For sure. For starts, some of the things that struck me first was the tremendous level of Emily Sams as always. I think she has not stepped one. She's not missing a beat. Same with Kylie Nadiner as well, and Carrie Abella was great. Morgan had a tremendous game in my opinion as well. Right there, Marta as well, nutmegging, making plays. Ali Watt, man. Ali Watt and those runs through the flank. I mean, again, she's coming up big in this moment. So I guess she truly loves to play against Washington because, I mean, she was just a lightning bolt right there. It was so hard to handle for the Washington backline. And to me, Haley McCutcheon as well, playing as a right back at some point, when Raffaele came out and then Morgan kind of taking over her spot, which both of them had a great game, in my opinion. But just that versatility of Haley McCutcheon that she could give you on off the wing in important moments, I think is something that I take. Now I felt a little bit that when it came to the penalty kicks, it is a Russian roulette, and these are the times in which we need to see some of the not so experienced players also get a taste of shooting penalties. And I think we saw a lot of the young core and new players kind of shooting some of those. And I think it didn't pan out our way. But overall, I'm content with the form of the team. I think they were, to me, the best team in the pitch. It was great to see Priska, she's a breath of fresh air for sure. I can't wait to see her to do a little more. But one thing I do want to say is the coach Giraldes from Washington. The dude studied this team. Like, he studied Banda. He knew what to do so she's not feel very comfortable in this game. He knew how to push Angelina as well. Tactically, especially in the second half, I think he did really well. And eventually, he mentioned in the post press conference that they practiced penalty kicks. In every practice, they stay to practice penalty kicks. So I don't know. Overall, good game. No Trinity Rodman. People were disappointed. There was a lady that had a sign that says, "Orlando loves Rodman." Us.
I don't know about that.
No, man.
Yeah, I mean, from a U.S. women's national team point of view, yeah, I'm pro Rodman, but outside of that setting, I'm not her biggest fan. I gotta say, I think she's got that sort of bravado, which I don't always like in a player. I respect it, but I don't always like the way that she carries herself. So I wasn't mad to see her not playing in this one. Obviously, she's a big threat for them, and I think she's going to come back soon. So it's just one of those times where she wasn't ready yet. For them though, I think they did show what they've got. They had a lot of players out there that aren't usually starters. They were missing a lot of subs. So I think even though they weren't at full strength, you could tell that they really wanted to win this. There was a lot of revenge. There was a lot of, how are we going to get back, from what happened in the final. There was a lot of talk of that in the media from the buildup. And I'm sure the coach weighed on that as well as, this is our chance to win a trophy and right the wrongs that happened in the final. And they did that a little bit, I think. But yeah, like they didn't really score from open play. It was a great free kick from Lacey Santos, an incredible free kick. Take nothing away from that. A really, really great free kick from her. But they didn't score from open play. And I think that we could have scored more. I think that especially that second goal was like, if we had just not been offside, that would have been a goal. I also think there was a few very interesting shouts from the ref in this one. I don't always like to make it about the refs. I try not to most of the time, but sometimes there's such obvious things that they don't call or do call badly that you kind of have to bring it up. In this one, there was a really bad challenge that could have been a red card on Emily Sams that we might see. And just a few other decisions that were pretty poor overall. And I think in a game like this, that when it's this tight, it can make a difference one way or the other. I'm glad they got the offside right on the goal. I don't think it was a free kick for our first goal, though. It looked to me like a penalty, and they should go with the decision on the field. She decided it was a penalty on the field. I don't think there's enough there to call it back to say it wasn't in the box. So I think that was dubious to then give us a free kick. We scored anyway, but yeah, stuff like that just doesn't sit well with me when they're looking so specifically at something that's like, you called it like she's in the box. It looks like she's in the box. Just go with that. So yeah, some interesting reffing decisions and a fairly even game kind of led to us not winning this one. But another day, we definitely could have won, no doubt.
What they did to Emily Sams was criminal.
I have to find that picture I have.
I was very scared, just like a false side of word says. I'm like, this could have ended her season. If you know, and that's the animosity. Giraldes is very smart because he preyed on the disdain the players had, especially at the end of last season, how the championship went. Honestly, the players came out to definitely beat up. Even Lacey Santos, which usually is a very peaceful type of human being, she was trying to fight players, and like this right here could have been a.
Yeah, that was rickets on Sam's where everybody got really upset.
That's a penalty kick,
and that
right
shows
there.
you, like Anna rushed out and was like, and Anna never does that. You know what I mean? Like they all rushed over and were really upset, and you can see why. I mean, it was late, hard. She took out Emily completely. The ball was not even in the picture here. Like the ball was gone. It was a bad challenge, and could have been a red. Honestly, I think
it should have been. It should have been a red.
Would have said that is reckless and dangerous, and you're just straight off for that. And I think because she's a young player, people want to give excuses for that, but you just can't. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie. You didn't do that. You shouldn't do that in college. Doesn't matter. You can't do that, in this game either. And I think the reaction of the players to me said it all. And if you go back and watch it in full speed, it doesn't look that bad. But if you look at it in slow mo, it's pretty bad the way you can see here. She completely takes her legs out.
Yeah, for sure. Shinta0013, Kang in the ref's ear. I'll send an extra $25K to your bank and not to red card that. I know. First time Kang has a Southern accent.
Yeah, I was like, "What is this, Michelle?"
She's Kang from Bithlow, Christmas, Florida.
I think Michelle Kang has used her money for a lot of good things. I don't think she's buying a ref. So.
Yeah.
Although
I do have to say there were some Washington press people at the game, and Miss Kang one time brought cupcakes for the press.
Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful stadium they have. So, I mean, sorry, not them. I was thinking of the.
No, there were some press people in that game too. Man, so annoying. Oh my God. I'm about to send my email. Using Kang money, says Shinta. That challenge could have been a fifth fracture for Sam. So the more I see that, the more mad I am. I completely agree.
It's stuff like that that really frustrates me in the game when the refs' incompetence can cause injury where they're not calling stuff like this. And there was a lot of that. I gotta say, Washington, they did play well, but they were very physical, and there was a lot of like holding on to Marta in the box that the ref wasn't calling. There was a lot of pushing and shoving here and there. Some pretty bad challenges throughout that I feel like she should have put a yellow card earlier in the game and kind of stamped some authority on the game, and I didn't really feel like that happened.
Of all side words, yeah, they kept showing that freaking sign on the video board, and we were booing her. There you go. You
want to go through the highlights, Luis?
Yeah, for sure. Let's show the first goal for Orlando Pride. So look at Ali Watt, you know what I mean? To me, Ali Watt, the first half, tremendous.
There's Watt's positioning to be able. Actually, from that angle, much better. It does look like this may be overruled and pulled back.
To me, it looked like a penalty, but
I don't understand what they're saying from this angle because like I get that you're like, oh, she was outside of the box, but like to me
from that angle, much better. It does look
by
like
the
this
time the
may be
challenge
overruled
starts,
back.
Ali is already in the box, so I don't really. And also, you go with the calling on the field if it's not clear and obvious. So it wasn't clear and obvious to me that she was outside of the box, so they should have just stuck with the penalty that was originally called. I mean, she's on the line. If she's on the line of the box, then it's in the box. So anyway, this is neither here nor there, but the way she won the ball back, Luis, on this goal was really impressive. I think our high press that we showed against Washington, that's something we didn't really see a lot of last year. We saw it sometimes.
Let's see this.
But we didn't see it a lot.
Center backs of Orlando Pride because Rafael has to go out. Then you leave gaps in the midfield.
Yeah, right here. This is great. This is. Look, I'm getting excited when I see this.
Opportunities. Game starts to get stretched now.
Barca saw Watt making the run. Watt cutting, firing, ball not down. Band after it, but
those Ali did those like twice during the game or 3 times in the first half. I mean, you score a couple of those, you have the game. You have the game right there, in my opinion. Phenomenal, yeah. Phenomenal.
I mean, Seb talked about Angelina being on that left side, and she was looking to try and steal the ball high up the field. And when we did, we weren't the best at breaking away smoothly with it. Like I feel like they need to work on once they win the ball high up the field, how to then quickly, turn that into an attack. But when we did, it was really dangerous and surprised Washington out so much because they were not used to us trying to press that high.
They are defensively allowed for Watt to get.
They do look like straight up highlighters, man.
It's very yellow, isn't it? It's very neon yellow.
Yeah. Look at Morgan, man. Morgan had a phenomenal game. Like that to me right there is also like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
Like, she did pull the yellow out for that one, but there was a lot of that. That was a bad one on Carrie. There was a bad one on,
And she's smiling there, all looking cute, like,
Well, I mean, Mikion, great center back, but anybody who
look at that, look at that right there.
They wear number 9 at center back. I just can't. I can't get behind that. I'm sorry, you can't do that.
Yeah, and then she raises her knee.
Yeah, it was late. And there was a lot of that. And I think, the ref did punish it here and there, but it was a trend throughout the game. I know they want to play physical and there's a lot on the line and there's all of that. Emotions are high, but it did seem like there was quite a few fouls against our team this game.
Nah, look at this. This is the press that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, this is the press right there.
Exactly. Look at that.
Angelina was winning the ball back. Ali Watt, even Banda, like Marta, I think even 1 point won it back. The 4 of them would squeeze high, and it's something that Seb talked about in the presser afterwards. It's not something we saw a lot of last year. And if a team with our attacking, talent, if we can win the ball high up, the field in the opposition's half, and then turn that into goals, it's a really dangerous threat to have. And that's the thing with Orlando Pride. We're not going to do that every game, Luis. Like some games we'll sit way back and we'll be a low block team. Some days we'll be a mid block team. But there were parts of this game where we were quite a high block team, and we came out with a high press. And it worked at times. It really did.
Kudos to the fans. It was a tremendous atmosphere. Even Washington recognized it. So kudos to you for everybody that was there at the stands right there that you could see.
VAR is operative.
So then VAR said, no penalty. Where does the ref belong, John?
The positioning of Ali Watt.
We could.
Let's not go there. But
I don't know. I don't know if I should say it. I think it's inappropriate.
Well, I think honestly, it's just
say
more,
Pine Street.
It's always the incompetence. I think it's just I don't understand why you go by the letter of the law. if the VAR official told her to go look at that, and then she went and looked at it, and she said, "Okay, I was wrong. I'm going to overturn it." I don't think there's enough there to say that you were wrong in the first place. So it is what it is. It didn't really matter. But if we'd have sat here and not scored from the free kick, we definitely would have been like, "Yo, why did you take our penalty away and give us a free kick?" You know. Anyway, their goal, Luis. I mean, great free kick, like we said, from Lacey Santos. I didn't think that Anna could do much about it. There was some talk on the commentators saying that she needed to move over a bit earlier, but I don't know, man. That's like postage stamp for me. You know what I mean? They hit the bar, like hit the post, top corner, over the wall. The wall didn't jump, which doesn't I don't love that, but I don't know. I feel like that would be harsh to say that Anna had. Or do you feel like she was to blame for that free kick? I think it was very good free kick in my opinion. So, good for them. Good equalizer.
And then we had was it on the 41st minute? We have Orlando's first goal. Let's watch the goal.
Potential to be spectacular. It really does. Put in play. Martin for goal. Falls back.
Orlando!
The Brazilian strikes a blow for the Pride. They grab the lead in the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Absolutely, man.
Well, good for her because honestly, I mean, for everything she has endured, like I bet that was a massive moment for her.
I mean, what a finish though, as well. Yeah. You see the way she was almost like outside of the foot, it like curl her into the corner. You know, absolutely. It fell to her, and she just said, "I'm gonna bang that." Was it left-footed? Is she left? She's right-footed, right? I believe. I mean, she's great shot. So great shot, great finish. We get the goal despite not getting the PK, and things look good before halftime. I mean, that's what we wanted, right? We're off to the races.
Yeah, right here. Look,
another half where we're leading.
Just clever from the Orlando Pride.
Yeah, with the left.
Yeah, left and kind of like on the outside of the foot where it curls a little bit. If you look from this angle.
Oh yeah, he does.
Very nice finish. Good control. Good finish. So for a center back, very impressive.
Through the heart of it. That is a wonderful.
Tremendous.
We won't watch the Lacey Santos goal unless we really want to. I mean, we can. I feel like, of all sad words saying, wasn't surprised Anna got as close as she did. Sorry, was surprised Anna got as close as she did. Santos is a great free kick taker. Yeah, I mean, it just for me was a great free kick.
Yeah, it was just a great free kick. Look at this.
Santos could level this with one kick here. Santos for goal! Kick it is! Lacey Santos pulls the spirit on level terms.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to concede goals like that. I wasn't mad about it. I really thought we were going to go on and get that second goal, though, Luis. I did think we were going to get the second one. And it was a little, I don't want to say disappointing, but I feel like maybe we should have been a bit more clinical. The amount of chances we made after they scored this. They had a few as well, but the game really opened up for that last 20 minutes. And I feel like we should have won it in that time. We saw some players come onto the field that we've not seen. We saw the first minutes of Priska Chalufia coming on for Barbara, playing as the number 9 up top. In the number... Was she in the number 9 shirt, I believe? Yeah, she was.
She was in number 9, and I wish we would have seen her. Honestly, I wish we would have seen her as a winger, man. I think.
I think this is what we're gonna see, though. I think we're gonna see her more as that replacement for Barbara striker, so Barbara doesn't have to play every minute right now. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I think that's the plan. And if you blink, you might not even realize that Barber had come off because they look so similar up there in their build and their stature and the way they run, the hairstyle, all of it. So it's like
They showed
Chalupa,
offside.
yeah, Priska had some good moments, made some runs. I think we're just going to have more time for Priska, right? We need to see what they can really do, what they can bring in a real setting.
Yeah, and then we got the penalty kicks after that. I don't know if you want to watch the penalty kicks.
Well, they're not in the highlights that
Well, I
were
have
posted
them.
online.
I have
I
them
know
right here.
you've got the full highlights that the club sent, but I just want to say for a second, in this one, is this all of them? Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
full
that's all.
penalty.
Yeah.
So they did like nothing against Nwsl and on Amazon's coverage. I think they do a very good job. But when they did the I think it was, I don't know if it's Nwsl highlights package or one of them for this, they didn't include all the penalties, so they just had some of
What?
them. Yeah. You've got the one here that is like the full penalties, but the first one that came out, and there was a lot of comments on the YouTube being like, "Yo, where are all the penalties?" So I think that's wild to me that people would make a highlights package and not include
Wow.
all the penalties. But there you go. That's modern soccer. So I'm glad you've got the one with all of them here, so we can relive the disappointment one at a time.
So Julie Doyle, well taken penalty. I thought she was gonna miss. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
How's that for drama? Doyle delivers, and you heard it touch off of
I mean,
Kingsbury, but it's not
guessed the
enough.
right way by Aubrey
Against
though.
Morehouse now. Cap scores, send Morehouse the wrong way. It's 1-1.
No, this right here.
Angelina to start the second round of penalties. Angelina delivers.
That's so cheeky, man.
Maybe not her best effort.
I was like, okay, we're getting into something, John. I'm like,
Did she
okay.
go is it the full Panenka or is it like a
No.
cheeky little? It
Yeah,
was like a
she.
side, like wasn't straight down the middle Panenka though. It was like a
Yeah.
little chip to the side, a slow one.
Bernal to pull level.
Oh,
Bernal scores.
Anna came really close to saving that one.
Steady, and then delivers into side netting of games.
this right here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I always feel for players when they miss penalties. It's you can't, there's nothing to say that's good, right? It's all negative. It's you miss the penalty. That's what they'll remember. That's what the crowd will remember. If the goalkeeper saves it, it's one thing, and you can say the goalkeeper made a great save or whatever. But if you just miss the target, it's hard to put a good spin on that. So I hope Summer just picks her head up because she's a great young player, and missing one penalty doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, correct. Missing one penalty doesn't erase the last few seasons. She's been having a tremendous performance. So
and a lot of pressure, I think, for a young player.
That's what I said.
Moment.
I think Seb wanted to see what these young players could do when there's hot potato. They wanted to see when things are tough. Want to see who steps up. I think, Seb throw him into the fire.
The first miss of the shootout can put Washington in front for the first time tonight.
That right there, I'm like, yeah.
Off the hands of Morehouse.
And then it went in. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's the one I really thought she'd save too. I was standing behind her, like in the wall, and I was like, oh, she got it. And yeah, it just wasn't enough. The hand just wasn't strong enough. I guess there's too much power on it. And that's the one we haven't really talked about, Luis, but I do think is a real upgrade in that midfield for them. Narumi Miura, the Japanese midfielder they picked up. She is, a really she's a great player. Obviously, a lot of people saw her just play the U.S. Women's National Team and She Believes Cup and get the win there, so they know her talents. But I think that's made their midfield significantly better.
For sure.
Keep Orlando in it.
Now this right here, man, that was just a bad taking penalty. And, again, it would be really mean of me of just, she looked pretty sad when I saw her in the post press conference. Ali Limos. But these are the moments that make you a better player in the end. So I wish her still the best of success in this season. But this was a giveaway, in my opinion.
I think Ali is someone who I would say is one of the better set piece takers in the club. Like, if you were to say to me who's going to take a free kick or a corner, yes, Marta and Angelina were like high on that list, but I think Ali Limos has got really good, what we call dead ball ability. So for her to have such a weak shot on the penalty, and I think just bad technique on the penalty, Luis, I think she just leans back and doesn't put enough through it, and it's not fast enough, and it's too slow in the corner. And I was a little disappointed. I have big hopes for Ali, and I think that she can take a very good penalty. I'm sure she can. So I think this might have just been nerves, and she just got her technique wrong and made an error. But yeah, not a good penalty, sadly.
Yeah, and after that, it was all up to Anna Morehouse.
Washington can win it on the next kick. Can end it right here for Washington. Nikki Owen for the Challenge Cup. Scores! Call it revenge! Call it a statement!
Now, that's one thing I didn't like. I'm like, call it revenge! Call it a statement, man! I'm like, bro, okay, you didn't yell like that when they win the double. What happened, man? Where were you at?
We know we're not the league's favorite, and they love they want to promote storylines and all that, and I'm sure now this is looked at as all the Washington Spirit have fired one back at Orlando Pride, but in reality it's a tournament of one game of which we drew, and they won on penalties. So yeah, you got a trophy, but you got the trophy I could give the least F's about, for lack of another word. So I'm not bothered really, Luis. If this boosts their confidence, but sure, that's fine. I think for us, what it does is probably reignite a little bit of that fire, Luis, that we had last year of, we don't like it when people celebrate in our house. Remember, Marta and everyone's always talking, this is our house, no one has fun here. Well, 2025 has started with somebody having fun in our house, and I don't think they're going to like that at all, and I expect a reaction next week. And at the end of the day, it's a trophy of one game, and they happen to win it on penalties, so it's not anything to be worried about. Yes, Washington Spirit are a very good team.
They celebrated like they won the World Cup. They're like,
yeah, and I'm sure they did because of everything. And if we'd lost the final and we'd have done this, we probably would be celebrating just the same way. So nothing against them on that. We're not KC fans. We're not gonna complain about how Washington celebrated in our house.
Oh,
good for them.
Celebrate, man. Don't celebrate, man.
Good for them. But yeah, it was the Challenge Cup, right? It was cool, but
they should call it the Super Cup. I don't know why they don't want to call it Super Cup.
Yeah, I don't know, but it wasn't. It's nothing, So for the media to claim like this is a really massive win for Washington, I think is an exaggeration. I don't think that's the case. Of the blows that we will exchange this year, round one has gone to them for sure. But it's a long war, and this was just one battle, Luis. So the Orlando Pride will be back against Washington Spirit with a vengeance, I'm sure, in the next one.
No, the Washington Spirit attendance record in 2024 was 19,897 people right at the stadium.
Yep.
The lowest home attendance record was against Utah Royals. It was about 8,000 people. This team Orlando Pride, they won the double last year, and it looked like the stadium was there was more people there for sure.
It
So
was
I
a
think
decent
there
crowd for
was
that
a
event
really
for
decent
Orlando
crowd.
Pride. Yeah, a very decent crowd. Now, other people might not think that if their market they get sold out crowds for their women's team every game, and good for them. And we're jealous of you, and we want that here. But that doesn't mean we should be ashamed of the crowd that we do get.
Exactly. I want to give kudos to everybody that went because it looked like an amazing atmosphere. A lot of Orlando City fans that came and were very impressed on the atmosphere of the game. Hey, I saw a couple of fans that was walking off the presser, and there were two people that like, oh, Luis from Loud and Proud. What's up, man? And I'm like, oh. I was like, "Oh, you're here to see the Pride? That's great, man." I was like, "Yeah, I heard it. You guys, you guys have another podcast for the Pride, and it's great." So I wanted to give it a shot, and I'm really impressed. Obviously, they lost, but it's okay. The season started, so those same cats are gonna show up against our next home game. So, so I know those are two people, but I'm sure there's more than those two that have been converted into the amazing culture that Orlando Pride is bringing to the city beautiful. Not only in a matter of the fan base, the grassroots movement that they are as a team, it's speaking volumes, and that ties into our next subject, which would be the Amazon Prime, uh, documentary that they're making, which you guys are gonna kill me. John's gonna kill me, but I haven't watched it yet.
Well,
I've been busy.
you can be the guinea pig, Luis, and I'll explain to you why you have to watch it.
There you go.
Even
Trinity Rodman's there.
purely for the reason that at the final episode you get to watch Ali Watt and Haley McCutcheon and who else? Carrie Bello all go play golf. Like, come on, that's pretty cool.
Oh, interesting.
So that was fun. There was a lot of really cool behind the scenes stuff. Lots of Orlando Pride
Alex Morgan's there.
in this. She is in this, Luis. I knew you were going to bring that up. Thank you. There's Trinity Rodman's in it. There's lots of stars. It's really just a 4-part docuseries about the playoffs. So it starts kind of like right before the quarterfinals, and then it's like the journey of the teams through the playoff. They give a little bit to the lower playoff teams, and then it's really about the top 4 from last year. Your Gotham, your KC, your Washington Spirit, and us. And as the season, goes on, it kind of dwindles down to the last episode where it feels like just an Orlando Pride documentary. There's a little bit of Washington Spirit, but most of it is just them talking with lots of behind the scenes from, Kylie Nadiner. We also talked to, Marta. Who else is in it? Like I said, Carrie's in it. Lots of Haley McCutcheon. Some great moments from lots of players.
Did she bring her corgi?
Yeah, I maybe I can't remember. Maybe at one point. But anyway, it's a great watch. If you are a fan of Orlando Pride, I cannot recommend this enough. If you are somebody who likes like Drive to Survive kind of sports docuseries,
like me, but
I cannot recommend it enough. So even if you're just an Orlando City fan who loosely likes the Pride, I would say watch this because it's really just a great documentary. And I know so many of the Pride fans last year were like, oh, we want like a memento, like a documentary or something where we can look back at and say, this was what that season was. Well, Amazon Prime made one, basically. That's kind of what it feels like to me. I had a great time watching it. I'm not ashamed to say that I cried at multiple points, Luis, because I do that when I watch things. I'm an emotional man. And it got me with some of these these moments. So go out. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay to cry. There's no shame in that. Go out and check out For the Win on Amazon Prime. I really can't recommend it enough. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
so Luis, that's your homework for next week. Go check it out.
Yeah, I have to check it out. I have not been able to watch. But definitely, I'm definitely going to do that. And next episode that I come, I'll give my one page.
Yeah. I'd like your Cliff Notes, please. Your can you do me an
my my
IMDb?
my
I want
my,
a
my
Rotten
rotten
Tomatoes
my rotten
score. Yeah.
tomatoes.
I need a percentage on this
Yeah.
one, please. And if it's not fresh, we're gonna have questions. All right.
Comments here. It says
Yes,
Shinta, they should play it on the big screen at the stadium. I agree.
that would be
You know,
cool.
it would be cool if they play it also at Orlando City games.
Yeah, I think they would. I'd like a. They could have done like a watch party thing for. I guess because it comes out immediately and everybody could watch it. It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
do something like
Yeah.
that. And it's across the league, but definitely something that maybe in the future we'll rewatch longingly and be like, wow, that was a great season.
Of all sad words, I was going to put it on a tailgate, but then I forgot the TV power cable. There you go. Thank you.
Dang.
Shinta, only watched the first episode so far. Oh man, don't spoil it for me. I'm on my third season of One Piece. Please, guys, don't spoil me. It's like
Okay,
a million seasons of One
that's
Piece.
too much. That's
Too much. Too many episodes, man.
That's too much.
But I'm watching it. But for the win, that's my next one.
Yeah. When you need a break from cartoons that look scary, you can come back. I'm kidding. That's why with One Piece, man, I tried to watch it. I was like, this is too weird. I can't.
Bro, yeah.
I can't deal. Like I can't deal. I'll get back on that.
I'm in the apparently I'm in the best part of the turning point of the series.
Okay, that's
in
good.
which Chopper comes in. I don't know if you watch One Piece.
I'm an Avatar dude. So
I cry like you on that part when they told the story about Chopper.
Well, there you go.
I have also not watched it yet. Luis says of all side words. We'll try harder we'll try harder in games that matter. I was told it was noticeable that I was not yelling, says of all sad words. Wasn't enough energy in the wall. Need more people to show up.
I feel like I'm hoping this
it's getting better.
Like there's something I want to say shout out to Marima because she did a really good post all about the fact that Orlando City fans all get this first game for Orlando Pride included in their season ticket price. So they automatically get 2 tickets. So if you're Orlando City fans, you get 2 tickets loaded into your account for this opener for Orlando Pride. So I'm really hoping that a lot of people will come out that. And also in the post, Marima was talking about what our next topic is the fact that they're going to be raising the banners at this game. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to one of these things. I was there when we raised the Open Cup banner, and you were there as well, Luis. But if you're a fan of a sports team, for me, that's a great moment.
The best moment.
An amazing moment. So I would say if you're an Orlando City fan, you are a fan of the club, and Orlando Pride is part of that club, part of that family. Whether you like it or not, it is one club. It is run by the same people. It is owned by the same people. And so you should support that one club and the women's arm of that club in their endeavors. So I invite you to come out and watch as the Orlando Pride raise 2 banners, Luis, not one, but we're raising 2 banners.
So now, they went up the men.
I don't know, because right now on the wall we've got like 3 banners central on the wall.
Right.
We've got the I want to say it's like the Open Cup in the middle, and then either side is the 2 USL ones.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Like, what's the positioning? Are we gonna move some, or are we going like either side? We're just gonna keep building out from the middle. Like, what? Bro, I've been all week like, where are these banners going? Where are they?
I think this is my opinion. The banners for Orlando City don't have any gold outline. They should make the Pride banners have a gold outline, because they are worth, I mean, not to be but they are worth more than, I mean, to be honest with you, they're worth more than the U.S. Open Cup, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean,
that was the first major trophy.
The Shield, yeah. You talk about the Shield.
First major league trophy.
First major league trophy. I think they should have some sort of, if you put it in order based on that, I mean, the both Pride accomplishments.
I think we should just put it in date timeline order. I don't know why they I don't know, but they've got to.
Typically in basketball is timeline order.
Yeah, like, and it's weird to me the way that we've done it with the Open Cup, and I get it because it's like it's bigger than the USL trophies,
Right,
but
right.
like now we've got a USL trophy. I'm just like, is the Pride gonna have a different section? It's the same thing with the Kaká like banner, the Legends wall. Like is Marta gonna go up there, or is
It
that just
has
like,
to have
is
a
that just
Marta.
the city legends, or is there gonna be a Pride Legends section? Like, where I want to know where we're putting this stuff. So I mean, the trophy cabinet's got it all the same. The vault is right there, trophies next to each other. So I think the banners should be the same too. I believe these banners need to go over the wall. So if they're not over the wall, I'm going to be disappointed. I don't think they'll put them anywhere else, but let's see where exactly they put them and where the banners move to. Maybe me and you, Luis, the only ones who think about this kind of stuff, but I'm just interested to see that. So make sure you come early on Friday against Chicago. I'm not sure exactly what time, Luis. Here you go. Put that on your list.
There you go.
Luis is adding For the Win to his list
At the
on
watch
his
list.
Amazon. There you go. Love to see it. I'm not sure what time, Luis, they're going to actually do the banner raise. I imagine they're going to let us know in some kind of rundown of pre-show.
It's probably going to be
they
before the
usually
game.
do. I think it's going to be right before like the national anthem. You know what I mean? Like the last thing we do before they do the walkouts or something like that, or maybe
Now
they do the walkouts and then we do it while the players are walked out before the national anthem. I would imagine.
No, the men had rings.
Yes,
When
there
they won
are rings coming. I have heard
for the
this.
Pride too.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And I've also heard on the grapevine or
Those-
off the grapevine, I don't know,
A WWE
that
belt.
they are going to be affordable rings, not $350 rings, like a replica ring that you can actually buy that's like cheap but like cute, like a kid's version.
Like from Claire's?
You buy it. Yeah. The Claire's accessories version of the game ring. So if that happens and it's like $30 for one, I'm definitely buying one. 100%.
Can you make the ring like an earring?
I would. I think that's a great idea. Why not? Yeah. Fashion accessorize your ring. I might try and see if I can like attach it to my cap or something, like I need maybe I'll put it on a chain and wear it.
Accept the ring.
I'll wear it on a chain every game, and that'll be like my good luck charm, So very excited by the prospect of rings, banners, all this stuff. But Luis, there's a new season to begin as we prepare for the Chicago Stars, not to be confused. No longer are they red. They are no longer red. They are just the Stars. So the Chicago Stars with a new logo as well. New name, new logo. Similar squad to last year. So Luis, what's your feeling on this opening game and the Chicago Stars coming to town?
I think that all the pressure is going to be on the Pride. And I think that could definitely bite them because it is true. I mean, they're at home in front of their home crowd. The banner's going up, right? Now, if you put the team on paper, Orlando City is much better as a team collectively and individually than the Chicago Stars. 110%. Now, what could definitely kill vibes there, it would be if Chicago gets on the score line, and I feel the only way they can do that, in my opinion, is through a set piece, just like Washington, because Orlando's backline, it is a stack backline. I mean, you're talking about Sam's, the level she's playing, Nadiner, Carriabello. I mean, these are they're trying to prove that they're the best backline in the NWSL 2 years in a row, guys. So they're not going to be easy peasy. They're going to definitely prove what they're worth. And they're coming from losing the Challenge Cup. So they're going to be like, hell no, we're not losing today. There's no effing way I'm losing today. So the only thing is them getting scored on first and then trying to catch up, But other than that, I think Orlando should be winning this game 3-0 at least. It's just the way I see it. I think they're a superior team. I think they come, a little better. than Chicago. Even though Chicago has had a new name, a new branding transformation. Today, they had practice. The Chicago Stars, they practiced today, preparing for this game. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's always a bogey game, that first game of the season against opposition that we don't consider particularly strong for a team as good as we are. You got to come out and win. You can't come out and leave anything on the table. I think what Shinta says here. Sorry, Volsad's words said. Who was it? Talking about Shinta said Chicago didn't do anything this offseason and Mal is out for who knows how long. I think that kind of defines it, really. Like they had some departures. Like Ali Cook, for one, went out. There was a few other players that went out. Penelope Hawking won it last year. We played up against, went to Bay FC, won to Tampa Bay Sun. Luis Sydney Schneider, the goalkeeper, went over to Tampa Bay Sun. A defender went to Utah. They lost Ayane to Tottenham. Another player to Stuttgart. They brought in, Julia Grosso from Juventus is probably one of the biggest signings. Ludmilla from Atletico Madrid, but. They
have a lot of promising stars like Jamise Joseph, for example. Jamise Joseph from the U.S. Women's National Team.
I think they're going to be better than last year, Chicago, but they're still a maybe playoff team. You know what I mean? They're not. They haven't improved themselves enough for me to be like, oh, you're a real threat. Now it's game one. Anything can happen. They might come out of the gates and really surprise us and be a new look Chicago that is, really dangerous. But based off of last year's Chicago, which is pretty much all we can go off, right? Preseason is preseason. I'm not feeling super threatened, but you can't take anybody lightly. And home opener, like we said, this is a bogey game. You can slip up. So let's not do that. Let's just make sure we go out there and play our game. I expect us to hold a fairly high line, Luis. I think Seb's going to want to hold the ball, dominate possession, create a lot of chances. In all sense of the word, we need to be the dominant team, both on the ball and off the ball, right? Defensively and offensively. We have a much better roster and a much better starting 11, in my opinion, and we need to show that on the field in this opener.
They have a lot of experience. Carrie Roccaro, Natalia Cuica. Now, Cuica, off the set piece, she's dangerous. On the 1v1, she's walking in stilts, in my opinion.
I mean, Alyssa Nair is always a problem, right? You got to deal with that. Let's not take that out of it. I think compared to other challenges we're going to face this year, I don't want to say this is easy, because nothing's easy in this league. But this is one that I would be saying this is a nice game to start the season with, right? If I'd have told you we're going to open the season against Chicago Stars, you'd say I'm pretty happy with that.
No, and not only that, but in their attacking third, they have 2 UN's Women's National Team prospects, in my opinion. So these are Jamise Joseph, as already mentioned, Michaela Johnson as well on the under 17s. So they have some Ali Schlegel, which have scored on us before. So it has nothing to do with Rodri.
Yeah, Schlegel's a problem. I like that Schlegel a lot. I'm a big fan of their Schlegel.
What?
Of their Schlegel. I'm a big fan. No, I'm kidding. She's a big striker though. Like she does cause problems with her physicality up top.
No, yeah, for sure. So I think Chicago will be stronger off the set pieces. That's why I feel like we need to be really good at defending that. We just got scored on. The only goal we got scored on was of a set piece, which it is a free kick, but and it was a masterful free kick. But in the end, I think Orlando through the flanks, through the middle with Angelina, with Morgan, with Haley McCutcheon. I mean, we are the superior team, and and again, we need to exert our superiority by scoring first. And I think once we score first, the other goals are going to be coming. And you got Marta, you have Banda, you have Priska. So I really want to see a Priska goal, John.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get to see Grace last game. I was kind of
Yeah, Grace
disappointed.
Chanda with the headband.
He
She's wearing the headband, man.
he didn't bring Grace on. Maybe it just wasn't the right game for her, and Julie came on that left wing instead of her. But
She did really good.
I was really excited to see Grace, so I'm really hoping she'll get in on this game. Maybe at some point we see all three of the Zambians on the field at once. Who knows? But yeah, there's other players that I want to, obviously. Ohainin Hernandez was out with a personal excuse. We don't any idea what that is. Doesn't matter. We're not going to speculate.
She's buying furniture.
I don't know. It could
buying
be
furniture at IKEA.
Honestly, it could be something like that. They just got here and they need. She needs a bit more time to settle in. Like she only just got here, so I didn't expect her to start anyway. And let's see, maybe she'll be available now for this one. Would be great. Yeah. And she could be a new attacking threat on that right side.
You imagine that, John? Oh,
I mean, that's a piece that Chicago, of course, know who she is, but they can't really account for that. Yeah, I think we've got so many threats that we can bring on the field, like Luis, like our bench. And that's what I would say is if a game is tight, we can go to the bench and pick off one or two, like the last game, right? We go and we bring Julie in and she makes a big difference when she comes off. So I feel like whatever game we're in, we've always got those game changers ready to go that are going to make a difference. So it just depends who are the right starters for each game. And Seb last year did that so well, Luis, about matching our lineup and our tactics to whoever we play. So I think in this one, we're going to see a very attacking lineup. I think he went a bit more defensive against Washington Spirit, like Morgan Gautrat being in there, for example, I think was like you called it, Luis.
Yeah, she's that
defensive solidity. But in this one against Chicago, I imagine we're going to see Angelina and Haley back in the mid positions because he's like, oh, okay, I want to play Angelina in there because she's a bit more aggressive in the attack. So yeah, stuff like that, like last game, how we put Angelina at left wing. Key matchups are important for Steph.
No, was Luana in the SCI list when you saw it last? Remember?
Luana is. I don't think she's on SCI. Oh, she might still be, but she's not been taken off yet. Perhaps I know Simone Charlie is still on there. But obviously Grace and Rafaeli have taken off, so that can be changed. Obviously, the window is still open. So we can even do that in the season, I believe, is take players on and off of SCI. So, yeah.
I mean, if we get a player like Luana back in the squad, I mean, that'd be such another added piece right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this team is stacked, in my opinion. I mean, it's clearly on paper we are, and we should not be afraid of saying it. We're superior than Chicago.
We are, but we don't want to take them lightly, of course.
Like of course not.
No. But that's the thing this year. We have all the pieces and we know we can do it. So it's a question of repeating what we did last year. Run through those same motions again. We need to have that same determination. I think we did have that against Washington. We made it very difficult for them to score. They only got that goal off the free kick. We just need to show that against Washington. No one has fun in our house. The defensive grit needs to be there always. And then, let's go with our attacking side and see what we can do. But whatever pieces Seb puts in and whoever he rolls with in whatever position, I feel very confident because I think we have that mentality here of whoever's in the field, they're going to put in their best performance and their utmost because they know that they've earned that starting position with it being such tight competition.
Shinta says still waiting on the Chanda debut. Yeah. Chanda wears a headband. And
I'm excited. I think it's
John,
gonna come.
I think we're gonna be like, if Chanda scores,
Ooh.
me and John are gonna be rocking the headband look on the next episode.
I'm all in on the headband.
He was gonna
I love it. I love a headband player.
Now, if they sell the headbands, they should sell the headbands for Orlando Pride.
Maybe they will. We should auction them off. If Grace Chanda scores a hat trick in the headband on our opening game, then you got to auction off. Frame it, put it somewhere. Because that's a glorious winning headband. Luana is SEI, yes.
Yeah.
She is, but she could come off SEI at some point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
there's encouraging signs. We haven't heard anything official yet, whether she is ever going to play for us, but we hope so.
Yeah, Shinta, Stab isn't back either. That's right. Skydream Production, let him play our bench. Orlando's backline bench are starters than any other team. Yep.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
you're not wrong.
We're not going to do that.
but I think we should. I mean, this is gonna sound bad, but I mean, we should definitely never embarrass the rival. I think you got to be cordial, but I think this could be a more than a 2-goal margin for the Pride. I mean, clearly Orlando has the firepower to do so.
I mean,
they have the best striker in the world.
Last time we played them, Luis, 4-1 in the playoffs.
There you go.
An absolute shellacking of Chicago. Honestly, that game, I think it's fun. In the documentary, Luis, Roger Bennett, very funny guy, from the two Rogers that does the show on, I can't remember whatever network that is. You'll recognize him, English guy. He talks about that game at one point, and he says it seemed to question, like, why are we even playing this with that lineup? That was like a little bit harsh, but yeah, that last game against them, we knew 100% that we were gonna, get through that game against Chicago. We felt very confident. We played very well. So they're gonna be up for some revenge here, and I think they're gonna want to, get back at us for that last time. But I think it could well be the same score. Do you want to get into our predictions? Our lineup first, Luis, and then we'll get into predictions.
Sure. Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't hear you very well.
I was saying we should get into our lineup, and then we'll do score predictions.
Yeah, let's do the lineup real quick. Let me go ahead and pull it up, which I saw that beautiful picture with Luana and the rest of the squad. Okay. Now, they need to put a Pride here, but they don't have a Pride, unfortunately. There you go. So I think we'll feel confident with Anna.
Yeah, Anna's definitely still starting.
Or you want to be roll Pride?
No, I think Anna's in there.
There you go. Anna Morehouse. Back four. Nader for sure. I don't know if it's not in there. Nadaner.
Nadaner?
Nadaner?
We'll have to Google it.
I mean, look, I'm maybe killing it. Sorry, Kylie. Then
sorry, Kylie's new husband. I feel like that's what we should really say.
Sorry,
he's the one. Sorry, Mr. Nadaner. We're killing your name every time.
Mr. Nadaner. My apologies, sir. Right here, center back duo.
Center back duo. I think it's going to be Hafa, in there again. I think we saw that 45 minutes, and then maybe this game we'll see 60 minutes, and then maybe 80 minutes, and then they're really trying to build her up to get back to full 90 minutes, and hopefully that can be the Hafa that we've known from the past, right? Because when she's on, she's a great center back in this league, and what a start with already getting a goal. So,
and I'm assuming it's gonna be Carriabello.
Yeah, I think Carson's still injured. Probably we'll get the report later in the week, but Carson was out last week.
And here you have.
I think it's going to be Haley, McCutcheon, and Angelina this week. Maybe Morgan. I mean, Morgan did play very well, so it could happen. I just feel like I explained before, Seb's going to go for a more aggressive attacking lineup.
Okay. So we go Haley, Angelina, and as your 10, Marta.
Yep. Marta the 10.
Banda. And to me, I feel like Seb's not going to move Ali out of here.
I think it has to be Allie. I think she's
She's right now hot. Like she's
like honestly, I think Allie has become in a world where we've got a lot of competition on these winger positions, Luis. I think Ali Watt is right now the number one winger on my list, and I think a few other people's as well. Like I want to see her start a lot of games.
Who do you pick as your second winger?
I think Julie Doyle gets a shout to start. Yeah, I think so. Angelina, of course, was there last game, but like Seb explained, that there was a reason they're trying to use her to win the press, which they did and it worked. But this game, I don't think we're going to be high pressing Chicago. Maybe we will, but I don't think we're going to see that as much. I think we're going to be more mid block. And I think Julie Doyle is just a bit more of an aggressive striker and a very dangerous player. So one that would make sense to start her. I would love to see Grace Chanda if she'd have started last week. I think definitely Grace would have got the start in this one, but I don't think so. So shout out to Stream Jesus, he's talking about my
yeah, but you have to say with the accent.
Nah. You don't get that. You don't get the English accent out of me. I'm American now, Luis. Remember?
There you go.
So yeah, I feel like Julie Doyle makes sense over there. I'm trying to think who. Like Summer Yates potentially starting left wing. So.
No, I look. I feel Summer Yates is should be on the left, but I feel this is a game in which Julie could definitely be a player that, because when she came in as a sub, she definitely fired up that attacking third. And she is just like Ali in the mean of the 1v1. She's so good with that. I feel like in the case of Marta being down or having minutes subbed off, I think we could see definitely Summer thrive a little better as a 10. Or Angelina, but I like this lineup. I like Julie as a left. It says I miss Adriana 9. Stream Jesus, Stoke City, baby. Suck it, haters. Yeah. The team roster has audio clips of the players pronouncing the names.
All right. Shout out to Shinta for that comment, because I did not know they have updated this roster.
Okay. Can you share it?
I'm going to share it here.
Let's make
this was always one of the worst looking pages on the club website. So clearly someone has really spent some time here, because there's no way it ever looked like this before.
They look like trading cards.
Often the roster was out of date, I would like to say, on the website. So, not great. But now it's looking really good. Here is Kylie Nadaner, and I can tell you how I know that.
Let me see.
So thank you to Shinta for pointing this out. This has now been added. So hopefully, Luis, you can all hear this when I play the clip of how you say Kylie's last name.
Kylie Nadaner.
Nadaner.
It's over. Nadaner.
Like
easier for
emphasis
me.
Emphasis on the Dan.
Has a Spanish flair. Nadaner.
Yeah.
Nadaner.
Also, another one that is going to help us. Here we go.
Chalufa.
Priska Chilufia.
Chilufia.
Come on, Luis.
Chilufia.
You've now joined us.
Very Spanish. Very Spanish.
Pronunciation pride. Here we are learning. Here's a very good one in Spanish for you, Luis. Here you go. The true European Spanish for you.
Ollane Hernández. Ollane Hernández.
Ollane Hernández.
Oyane Hernandez.
Hostia.
So we're learning. Grace Chanda, I'm assuming, is just Grace. If this is anything different, I'm going to be shocked.
Grace Chanda.
Okay. Thank you, Grace, for having a name we could all just easily pronounce. But yes.
We have
great-
guests. We have
Look-
guests, John. And
Look at this. You can also follow them on Instagram.
no
here
way.
directly. Look at this. Wow. They put a lot of effort into this. So very cool. And they all have, I guess, when you go into their
Is it
profile,
Gautrat? Morgan Gautrat?
we can look at Morgan's in a sec. When you go player profile, this is what it used to
Wow,
be.
look
Like
at
this is
that.
all we ever used to see,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
And
right.
there was like a list, which was the roster, but now we got these kind of like cool. You want to see
Wow, look.
Morgan's? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's it. Has to be.
I don't know where Morgan's gone. I lost her down here somewhere.
And then Viviana, I'm sure she said it in
Via Corta.
Villa Corta.
I don't know. I lost Morgan. I'll have to find her. Yeah. So shout out to the new page. Here we go. Here's Morgan.
Morgan Gautrat.
Gotra.
Morgan Gautrat.
I always say Gautra.
Right?
Not Gautrat. That's not Gautrat.
Oh, God.
Wow. Morgan Gautra. She's French. It's a French name. So 16. Thank you, Shita. Yes, let's look. Viv. Here's another one.
Viviana Villacorta.
That sounds nice. The way she says Via Corta,
Viviana Villacorta.
very nice. I think this is gonna be the rest of the show, Luis. Us
Yeah,
just
she's
playing.
she's part
Pride
Peru.
players saying their own names. She got
Viv,
Peruvian descent. Via Corta?
Viv could play for the Peruvian national team.
Should we hear how Marta says Marta, just for the sake of it?
Marta.
Marta.
Marta. I love it.
There
I
you
love
go.
the enthusiasm.
Marta.
Marta.
Alrighty. So yes, if you ever don't know, like us, and you're ever confused whether it's whatever it is,
Raffaelli.
it's Kylie Nadana.
Nadana.
This one, here we go.
Rafaeli.
Rafaeli, remember Luis?
Rafa.
You always want to say those
Rafaeli.
R's, but she's
Rafaeli.
Brazilian, so it's Rafaeli. But anyway, thank you, Shinta, for pointing that out, and what a great
Thank you.
update they finally made. So
Look, I bet
that was a
Haley-
huge
I bet-
tangent.
I
We
bet
went
Haley
off on
was
a
like,
huge tangent there.
I bet Haley was like, you better make this site.
I think, yeah, they're probably fed up with people mispronouncing their names all the time, so
Who's that guy with the
yeah,
glasses?
so I don't blame them.
Made in there.
the Danner. Let's get back to we did our lineup, Luis. So you feel like that's pretty much what it is. Julie, I think, was the only debatable. Maybe Summer on the left wing, maybe Morgan Gautrat in D mid instead of Angelina. We'll see.
I mean, it
But-
could be the matter of sidelining Raffaelli for the second half. Have Sam's here. Haley will go into the right back spot. Kind of like what we saw that happened in the game, and then Angelina and Morgan. That could be it too.
Yeah,
But I'm with you. I feel like
I think he likes Sam's at right back because it allows him to start all
Plus-
three of his.
Plus, not only that, no one can stop. No one can stop her.
Yeah, I mean, she
Yeah.
had a great game at right
She's-
back
yeah.
as well. She's so versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think this is a good starting lineup.
And they want to ease in Raffaelli in the starting
Yeah.
11, which
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense. Now, not
Maybe
to
more
say-
than 45 minutes this week for Rafaeli would be good. Maybe
Hopefully.
60 if they're
Little-
pushing her up to the more fitness.
Yeah, we should definitely not push her too much in that sense, because she comes from a nagging injury. But I agree that she needs to, probably have more minutes, probably between 40 to 60 minutes. That would be good to see her.
For sure.
Hopefully
Alrighty.
by then we're winning like 3-0.
Well, that brings me nicely onto predictions. So what do you feel? I'm assuming you're going for a win. I'd be shocked if you're not. And how many goals and who's scoring these goals, Luis?
4-0 win.
another 4 against Chicago in our house. That really depressed them.
4-0 win. It's going to be Barbara Banda brace. We're going to see a Marta. And of the substitution, Priska Chiliufa. There you go.
So the last game when we played against them, the lineup was almost the same as what we predicted. Summer Yates started at left wing and Corey Dyke started at right back. So we're looking like a very similar team to when we last played them, with them having almost a similar team, a little few differences for them if they start their new players. So yeah, I'm feeling excited about this one, man. I feel like you're right. I think 3 goals is what I'm going to go for. I think 4 is very positive. I'm going to go 3-1 us. I say 3-1. I think Banda's going to get one. I think Ali Watt's going to get one. And I think Angelina's going to get one as well. That's my 3.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just don't see the clean sheet. I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like we're going to concede 1 for something. Like the ref gives a penalty for no reason or something like that, you know?
No, I think
That's the vibe.
the ref won't go to Pine Street this time.
I hope not. All right. So we're both predicting a win. Exciting stuff. We are home opener. Very excited about the banner going up, Luis.
Man, it's going to be great.
A new season, hopefully with lots new fans wearing their new jerseys that they all got. I saw lots of people out at the Challenge Cup wearing their replica jerseys. So very excited, Luis, to start the new season. Do you have any kind of final thoughts before we kick off? I will say this: anybody wants to preview the whole of the season and get our predictions for the whole season, if you did not watch last week's episode, go ahead and go back and watch that, because me and Luis predicted what we think the season will be, including quadruple winners, Luis. And that one already went out the window. So now we can only be triple winners because we lost the Challenge Cup, but that's okay. Still lots of silverware on the line. So go back and check out that episode if you've not already. And we are excited to kick off the season with all of you. So thank you to all of you that are here in the chat, to Stream Jesus, to Shinta, to Of All Sad Words. You guys are great. You're always here supporting us, and we appreciate that so much. So please drop a like on the video. You can also comment if you got any questions for us. You can comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, wherever this is posted. And Luis and I will make sure we spend some time to get back to you and answer your question. We always try to do that for fans of the show. So drop your questions and we will get back to you.
Yeah, well, I wanted to thank you for obviously being here with us today, and for listening and for watching. And we're gonna have a tremendous season opener against Chicago Red Stars, and hopefully 3 points in the bag and a start of working towards another double, because this team looks poised for greatness. So excited for that. Thank you for your support. Thank you, John, as well. And Vamos Pride.
Vamos Pride.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.